Warning: if you are over 60, a minor mistake with your nighttime snack could be quietly damaging your sleep and putting your heart at risk. You could think you're eating healthy. But what if I told you that certain commonly thought to be healthy items, such as a warm glass of milk or a light fruit bowl, can cause midnight urination, weaken your bladder, and even increase your chance of falling at night? As a doctor, I've seen far too many seniors wake up 2 to 3 times a night, convinced that it was just age, only to discover that the true problem was what they ate and when they ate. So today I'll show you 3 simple seeds found in most Indian kitchens that will naturally quiet your bladder, reduce nightly toilet excursions, and help you sleep for 6.7 hours at a time. But before we begin, I'd like to hear from you. Where are you watching the video and what time is it now? Please share in the comments. Even one line makes me feel closer to you. And if you found this useful, then subscribe to the channel so you never miss another life-changing advice designed specifically for elders like you. After the age of 60, something subtle but significant begins to occur within our bodies, a change that few elders are informed of. Your body is supposed to slow down at night so that it can mend. However, one little hormone known as vasopressin frequently ceases to function normally. This hormone's duty is to signal your kidneys that it is nighttime, to relax, and not to produce excessive pee. But now the communication is weak or delayed. So your kidneys continue to filter fluids as if it were still daytime, and your bladder begins to full even when you want to sleep. This is why so many seniors wake up around 2 or 3 a.m., not because they are thirsty or in pain, but because their bodies no longer recognize it as nighttime. And that is not all. After 60, the bladder becomes more sensitive, almost like an over-vigilant watchman. In your younger years, your bladder might retain 400-500 Misconceptions before prompting you to go. However, even 150 or 200 ml, or less than half a glass of water, can elicit a strong urge. Even when there is no true emergency, the nerves inside the bladder start sending messages more easily and swiftly. It feels like your body is howling wolf, waking you up for a non-urgent necessity repeatedly. There is another hidden reason why many elderly people do not recognize they are losing muscle mass after the age of 60. Your legs may appear slimmer, but your muscles absorb water throughout the day. When you sit or lie down, fluid tends to collect silently in your lower limbs, especially if you don't move much. When you lie flat at night, the stored fluid returns to your bloodstream. Your kidneys suggest it's time to drain it out. This is why so many seniors feel okay during the day, but then feel the urge to urinate more when they go to bed. But here's the uplifting bit. When you give your body the proper support, it begins to cooperate with you again. One of the gentlest methods is to consume nutrient-rich seeds, such as flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, or black sesame. These natural foods are high in minerals, which help soothe bladder muscles, reduce inflammation, and maintain hormonal balance. Just 1 tablespoon per day, taken at the appropriate time, can make a significant improvement, not overnight, but gradually and steadily. Many elderly in India have discovered that, by obeying their body's quiet demands, they sleep deeper, wake up less frequently, and feel more rejuvenated. So, no, it's not only aging. Your body is asking for assistance in new ways. And once you start listening with care and empathy, healing begins one peaceful night at a time. 3 seeds that help elders sleep better, backed up by science and real-life anecdotes. 1 is flax seeds, a mild omega-3 warrior that soothes your bladder. In many Indian homes, a small glass jar containing tiny brown flax seeds sits quietly near the masala box. Most people are aware that flax seeds aid digestion and are high in fiber. However, few people understand why these simple seeds can help older persons sleep soundly. Flax seeds are an excellent vegetarian source of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly alpha-linolenic acid. Now, you may be wondering what omega-3 has to do with nighttime urination. Okay, let me explain softly. As we age, inflammation occurs throughout the body, including the bladder walls. This inflammation irritates and stimulates the bladder, causing it to produce go now signals even when it is only partially full. Flax seeds assist to relieve inflammation by relaxing the smooth muscles of the bladder, allowing it to stretch and retain a little longer before feeling the urge to empty. That means fewer false alarms at 2 a.m., fewer bathroom breaks, and more uninterrupted sleep. But there is more. Flax seeds also contain lignans, which are natural plant substances that promote hormone balance, particularly in postmenopausal women. These substances gently improve sleep quality, lessen joint discomfort, and alleviate the overactive bladder that is common in older adults. Let me tell you about Mr. Ravi, a retired school administrator in Pune. For more than a year, he had been waking up twice, occasionally 3 times per night. He stopped drinking water after 7 p.m., avoided tea, and even skipped the evening fruits. Yet, the craving persisted. One day, his daughter read about flax seeds and mixed 1 teaspoon of roasted flaxseed powder with his dinner khichdi. Raviji claimed to have noticed a difference within a week. His bladder seemed quieter, and by the second week, he was only waking up once, occasionally not at all. His words remained with me. I used to believe that becoming older meant having trouble sleeping. But now I see my body was simply begging for a little assistance. Most elderly people require only 1 or 2 teaspoons per day. The seeds can be dry roasted, powdered, and mixed with dal, khichdi curd, or heated milk. But remember to take flax seed before 7 p.m., not at bedtime to allow your body to process. Also, drink a few sips of water with it since flax is high in fiber. A small seed, a modest action, a significant change. 2. Pumpkin seeds include zinc, which promotes deep sleep and bladder control. Let's talk about a green seed you've undoubtedly seen on top of halwa, or within energy lattice, known as pumpkin seeds or kadu ka bij. These small seeds are high in zinc, a mineral that discreetly benefits the prostate in males and the urinary tract in women. Zinc reduces mild edema in the urinary system and strengthens the muscles that hold urine in place. But that is not all. Pumpkin seeds are also high in tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body make serotonin, which is then converted into melatonin, the hormone that allows us to sleep deeply. So, when you eat pumpkin seeds, you're doing 2 wonderful things: letting your bladder rest and allowing your brain to relax into sleep. Many doctors in India have begun giving pumpkin seeds to seniors who complain of light sleep, particularly when it is associated with frequent urination. Let me tell you the story of Mrs. Lakshmi, a 68-year-old widow from Chennai who lives with her younger sister. Every night, she would lie in bed, waiting for sleep, and just as she was about to fall asleep, she would feel the urge to urinate. It became a silent cycle. Fall asleep, wake up to pee, fall back asleep, then wake up again before sunrise. Her energy levels plummeted, her mood shifted. She even stopped going to morning bhajan sessions at the temple. Then, one evening, she learned about pumpkin seeds during a community health discussion. At 5 p.m., she began eating 1 spoonful of roasted pumpkin seeds, sprinkled on a bowl of warm poha. Within 10 days, her sleep improved. She fell asleep from 10 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. without awakening. Her voice was full of delight as she conveyed this with me. I had forgotten what true sleep was like. Now I wake up cheerful. Pumpkin seeds are best eaten lightly roasted and unsalted, at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. You can mix them into evening atma soups or simply chew them dry with a few sips of warm water. For people with dental concerns, powdering the seeds and mixing them with curd or warm milk works well. 1 spoon, 1 shift, 1 brighter night. 3. Black sesame seeds, the warm old treatment that calms winter evenings and strengthens the kidneys. For generations, black sesame seeds or kale have been utilized to build warmth, strength, and resistance throughout India, from Gujarat to Bengal. However, few people realize how effective they can be in minimizing nighttime urination, particularly during the winter or for seniors who get cold easily at night. Black sesame seeds contain healthful lipids, iron, calcium, magnesium, and B vitamins, all of which benefit the nervous system, promote circulation, and nourish the kidneys and bladder. In Ayurveda, Black sesame is considered a kidney tonic, which influences how frequently we urinate at night. Strong kidneys filter gently. Weakened kidneys overwork, especially at night, causing us to wake up multiple times. These seeds are also slightly warming in nature, which can aid those who have chilly feet, poor digestion, or feel cold at night. For many elders, a modest amount of black sesame eaten correctly results in deeper sleep, fewer potty visits, and a lighter physique in the morning. Let me present you to Mr. Mohan 71 of Delhi. He lives alone and maintains a tiny rooftop garden in which he produces tulsi and methi. Despite having 2 blankets, he was constantly cold at night throughout the winter, and the cold caused frequent urine every 2-3 hours. He said, "It felt like my bladder lacked discipline. It kept beckoning me." His neighbor, an ancient Ayurvedic Vaidya, suggested a traditional drink of warm milk with black sesame powder at 6:30 p.m., 1 hour before dinner. Mohanji observed this for 2 weeks. The findings were quiet but remarkable. He now wakes only once or rarely at all, and he claims to feel grounded during the night. The warmth remains in his gut, his legs are less cold, and his sleep is no longer disturbed. To make this drink, dry roast black sesame and ground it into a fine powder. Store it in a glass container. Each evening, boil 200 ml of cow's milk, add half a teaspoon of sesame powder, and sip slowly. No sugar or jaggery, just the soothing taste of contentment. If you are diabetic or lactose intolerant, you can mix the powder in warm water or add it to a small bowl of khichdi or cooked rice. A seed from tradition, a sip of healing, and a night of tranquility. How to properly eat seeds and prevent frequent blunders that disrupt your sleep. As elderly, we frequently hear that seeds are nutritious and should be consumed on a daily basis. And sure, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and black sesame are all sources of power and healing. However, if they are consumed at the wrong time or in the incorrect method, their effectiveness is lessened, and worse, they may disrupt digestion or sleep. So, today, let us take a tour through 5 simple methods to use these seeds properly, not just as food, but also as silent medicine for sleep. The optimal time to eat seeds is before 7 p.m., not too early nor too late. After 60, your body moves slightly slower, digestion takes longer, and absorption becomes gentler. So the moment you eat something is equally as important as what you eat. Seeds are high in nutrients. However, they require time to digest before sleeping. That is why the best time to eat seeds is between 4 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. This gives your body 3 to 4 hours before bedtime to metabolize the lipids, minerals, and fiber found in the seeds. Eating seeds too late, say after 8 p.m., may cause bloating, heartburn, or even a moderate urge to urinate. And consuming them too early, such as before lunch, may cause you to forget to hydrate, resulting in constipation. So, pick a calm moment in the late afternoon, perhaps with your evening poha or a cup of warm milk, and dedicate that time to seeding. How much should I eat? Just 1 to 2 tablespoons each day, not more or less. More seeds aren't necessarily better. These are concentrated kinds of energy and minerals, designed to support, not overload. For most Indian elders, 1 to 2 teaspoons per day, or 10 to 20 grams, is the ideal amount. More than that may result in heaviness, particularly in people with sluggish metabolism or poor digestion. Less than that may not offer the continuous benefit required to soothe the bladder or improve sleep. For those just getting started, a decent rule of thumb is 1 tablespoon each heaped kitchen spoon. After 1 week, if your body feels okay, you can increase to 2, but no more. Also, remember to chew thoroughly if eaten whole or dry, roast and powder them for simpler digestion. Consider it natural medication. The dosage is important. A tiny move performed daily produces results. What to avoid? No cold milk, no sour fruits, and never right. After-supper seeds have a powerful effect, but it depends on what you eat with them. Many elderly people make the error of mixing seeds into a cold smoothie or eating them with citrus fruits, such as oranges or sweet lime. Some even sprinkle them on top of curd soon after dinner, believing it will aid digestion. However, certain pairings can backfire. Cold milk or curd can tighten digestion, especially in the evening, while sour fruits raise acidity, making the bladder more sensitive. Eating seeds just after a big dinner may produce bloating or gas, disrupting your sleep. Instead, wait at least 45 minutes after your main meal before eating seeds. When combined with dairy, use warm milk rather than cold milk. Allow curd to reach room temperature before adding it. These minor scheduling modifications protect your stomach, quiet your bladder, and allow the seeds to function as they should, gently, discreetly, and effectively. How should I prepare? Seeds are always dry roasted with no salt or sugar added for simplicity. Many of us grew up grilling chana in the evenings or eating tilchiki throughout the winter. However, store-bought seed snacks are generally high in salt, sugar, and oil, which subtly disrupts our balance. If you want to get the most out of seeds, start by roasting them dry at home over a low flame for 2 to 3 minutes until they begin to pop slightly. This makes them easier to digest, reduces moisture, and extends shelf life. Unless instructed by your doctor, avoid adding jaggery or honey. Also, avoid combining them with sugar-laden lattice or energy bars packaged in beautiful packaging. Your body requires simplicity, such as clean, dry, roasted seeds that have been cooled and preserved in a glass jar. They can be powdered once a week and used with a spoon every day. That way, you won't forget and can provide regular support. Your seeds don't have to taste great. They need to work, and plain is better. How should they be included to meals? Blend into your current diet. Many elderly question me, Dr. Saab, whether I should take seeds individually as a treatment, and I always answer, no need. The easiest approach to consume seeds is to incorporate them into your everyday meals. For example, mix a spoonful of flaxseed powder into your evening khichdi, or sprinkle pumpkin seeds on warm vegetable soup. Black sesame powder can be put into haldi milk or ragi porridge before dinner. If you like khichdi, sabudana khichdi, or soft atma in the evening, these seeds go great with them. One retired Nashik teacher adds her seed mix to her dahlia basin in the early evening. She says it feels like she's devouring strength rather than food. Another gentleman from Surat adds powdered seeds to his masala milk at 6 p.m. and claims that his sleep has improved to that of his boyhood. So, do not wait for a fancy seed recipe. Use what you already know. Because when food becomes a habit, healing happens automatically. Pushpa Maji's path from waking up 3 times every night to sleeping for 6 hours straight. Pushpa Maji, 69, of Bhopal, had accepted her broken sleep as a natural part of growing older. Every night she would wake up at 1 a.m., then again at 3 a.m., and finally at 5 a.m., trudging slowly to the restroom, exhausted but helpless. She avoided drinking water in the evening and attempted to limit her meal intake, but the need returned like an uninvited visitor. Her mornings felt heaviest. She would sit by the window with her chai, but her eyes were dull, and her grin was gone. One day, her niece, a young dietitian, proposed a minor adjustment. Instead of skipping fluids, she advised Pushpa Maji to take 1 spoon of roasted flaxseed powder mixed into her khichdi around 5 p.m. She also started taking a brief 10-minute stroll after supper and stopped drinking ginger tea late at night. Within 10 days, she noticed anything peculiar. She awoke only once, and one night she slept for 6 hours without interruption. She informed me with tears in her eyes, "Dr. G, I never imagined my body could still sleep like this. It feels as if a long-lost blessing has returned. The body remembers. Gratitude arises as we change. Gentle, not harsh. Dear Elder, these stories are not magical. They are reminders that your body still knows how to rest and repair. It simply awaits your help, not via pressure or punishment, but by modest acts of compassion at the appropriate time. Whether it's a spoon of sesame before dusk or a few calm breaths at night, the adjustment doesn't have to be dramatic to be effective. And when you give your body the correct rhythm, food, and environment, it responds. Sometimes quietly, sometimes fast, and always with thanks. Because mending in old age requires cooperation rather than control. So, if your evenings have been restless, realize that it is not too late. Your body is not giving up on you. Perhaps all it takes is for you to believe in one small step, taken with care and compassion. Common misconceptions about seeds, nightly urination, and what Indian elders must do. 1. I'm already eating seeds, yet I keep waking up at night. This is the most typical response I receive from elders during health presentations or follow-up conversations. They say, Dr. Saab, I added flax seed or pumpkin seeds to my food, but I still have to get up at 2 a.m. And the first question is, what time do you eat them? Because timing is everything. Consuming seeds after 8 p.m. When too close to bedtime, your body has no time to digest. Instead of soothing your bladder, they may settle heavy in your stomach, disrupting your sleep even more. For optimal results, consume your seeds between 4 and 7 p.m. as part of a lighter supper. And this allows your digestive system to properly handle the nutrients while also gradually relaxing your bladder muscles. So, if seeds don't work for you, check the clock, not the seed. 2. Seeds made my body hot, so I stopped using them. Many elders feel that seeds, particularly sesame or flax, are hot and should be avoided, especially in the summer. However, this is only partially true and frequently misunderstood. Yes, if consumed in excess or at the wrong time, certain seeds might cause warmth or heaviness. However, when consumed in moderation and at the appropriate times of day, they serve to balance rather than disrupt your system. For example, at 6:30 p.m., roasted black sesame was mixed with a warm drink. During the winter, it helps to reduce nighttime urination. Flaxseed, when dry roasted and powdered, promotes joint health and hormonal balance without producing heat. So, instead of fully eliminating seeds from your diet, try decreasing the portion over time. You'll notice that nature, when handled correctly, rarely does harm. 3. I tried eating seeds once and nothing occurred. This is a natural emotion. You attempt something new, and if there is no improvement after 1 or 2 days, you lose faith. However, recovery takes time, particularly after the age of 60. Your body has been subjected to years of habitual inflammation and rhythm. So, when you make a beneficial adjustment, it takes time to see results. Most elderly people reported significant improvements in their sleep or bladder health after 7 to 10 days of constant use. That translates to 1 to 2 spoonfuls of roasted seed powder used every day without interruption. Your body needs to adjust to the new schedule, and just like a child, it responds best to patience and consistent care. So, if you attempted it once and gave up, I kindly request that you try again, this time for 7 days straight. 4. I dislike the flavor of seeds, or I'm not accustomed to them. True, the texture or flavor may feel unusual at first, especially if you aren't used to consuming seeds on a regular basis. However, the beauty of these seeds is that they may be simply included into foods that you currently consume on a daily basis. You don't have to eat them raw or on their own. Simply incorporate them into something you already enjoy. Add 1 teaspoon flaxseed powder to your evening khichdi, or mix sesame powder into heated milk or soup. Pumpkin seeds can be crushed and sprinkled over upma poha or soft sabudana khichdi. Some elders even put their seed mixture to curd rice at room temperature or swirl it into ragi porridge. The idea is not to start from scratch, but to improve on what you currently do well. So, whether flavor or texture are a barrier, know that with a little imagination, seeds can blend into your dish and silently begin their healing process. If this video impacted your heart in any way, please let me know by liking it, sharing it with someone you care about, or leaving a comment. And if you want to continue walking this path with me, studying health, healing, and deeper living in your elderly years, be sure to subscribe and touch the bell button. Every week I'll be right here with you, telling everyone that we're still alive.